Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
Morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, 22nd of October. Welcome along to Wealth Coffee Chats. My name's Cash Shosted. If you haven't met me before, if you have, welcome back. Thanks for joining in, as always. Listen, a little bit about me. 14 years. I just realized today I not far off 15 years in the industry. And I'll tell you what, the stories, the insights, it's the list is getting bigger. And tell you what, when we finished Wealth Coffee Chat last week, didn't a media release statement come out from the government down there in Victoria? And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So if you're first time tuning in, welcome along. 10 past 8 Queensland time, that is. 10 past 9 for the other states, I believe. We jump on, especially on a Wednesday, talk all things property management. It's all about how we hold real estate. And my role as part of the collective group is to talk to you guys about that, help you along the journey. And hopefully, along the way, we find out some solutions as well. So Jeff is on. Welcome, Jeff. Hope you're well, mate. And I'm sure we'll see you at an event sometime soon, I imagine, Jeff. So welcome along. Thank you for coming. But listen, team, today's topic, as I said, we finished Wealth Coffee Chats last week, and it wasn't too far after last Wednesday that a media statement release came out. And I thought it was kind of interesting. You know, government, they always put some interesting conversations out there in quotes. And I thought this one was a pretty interesting one. I thought you landlords should know about. So if you've got a property in Victoria, if you're about to invest in Victoria, like myself, then you're going to probably want to just be aware of this one. And Jacinta Allen, the Premier down there, said, hey, we're giving renters one less thing to worry about, and we're going to help them keep more money in their pocket. I thought that's an interesting headline. Better find out what that's all about, because we're going to break it down this morning and find out what it is all about. Jeff's a bit Friday bus busy. Cool. So, team, like I say, today, Jacinta Allen, let's unpack now. If you saw the media release statement last week and you know what we're going to talk about in relation to the new portable rental bond scheme down in Victoria, then pop what you know in the chat. Be good to get some feedback and some opinions from you guys as well. So I'm certainly going to give mine this morning. So let's share the article very, very quickly, and we're going to have a quick skim through it. Because essentially, team, what is the new portable rental bond scheme? Well, it's about allowing renters to transfer their existing rental bond from the property that they are currently in, let's say that's yours, and it's going to allow them to apply online and have their rental bond from the existing property transfer through to the new rental property, right? Through to the new rental property. So kind of interesting. How does it all work? What does that mean for you as a landlord? Is the bond now no longer non-existent? Well, no. Jacinta Allen, the Premier, is going to guarantee the rental bond for the renters. So that is her way of keeping more money in the renter's pocket, apparently. So yes, how it works is that if a renter is in a current property and they are in a position that they need to move for whatever reason, and they go to reapply for a new rental property in the next suburb, let's say, naturally, this bond is attached to this property. They would need to finalise that in the process. When you're applying, you get approved for a new property, you would need to come up with another, in Victoria, a month's rent, and you would pay that into the new to the new agency or via the new agency, and then therefore wait for your existing bond to finalise. Then you would receive that back, less any items claimed, of course. Jeff jumps in and says, shafting landlords yet again. No wonder why they're all leaving. They keep meddling. Yes, they do keep meddling with everything, Jeff, and that's why I'm bringing this one today, because I was like, what is going on? The dreaded double bond, she says. Now, I don't know if it's the dreaded double bond, because this is just how the system works. They're saying now, hey, if you cannot afford a new bond, you can jump online through their website. You can apply for a new via the new portable rental bond scheme, and bond will transfer, your money will transfer, and the government's going to guarantee that bond for the existing property and or rental provider, landlord. Now, that's important, because obviously what we don't want to see is a situation where a landlord is stuck in a position where they have no funds to claim in the event that there is a situation that is warranted. So this article says, now let's see if I can zoom in a little bit, make this a little bit clearer for you guys. Hopefully you can see that. But essentially, there's some new laws that are now in effect. They've changed the legislation. It's all been passed through government. And they're saying here that more than 736 households are going to benefit from this new rental scheme. I'm not sure where they get that number from. It's a win-win for renters and providers, apparently. As part of the scheme, the government will guarantee the existing bond in advance at the rental to the original rental provider until the tenancy is wrapped up and the bond claim process is finalised. Now, important to note, there's a couple of other things in here, team, that you and your property manager really need to be aware about. The bill has also provided and delivered further protections around this process. So as a rental provider and property manager, in the event the tenant vacates, you now have 3 days, that's right, 3 days to come up with all the evidence, document and provide the evidence to support your bond claim. Now, as I said at the top, I've been doing this nearly 15 years. Sometimes 3 days is a very short time to get tradespeople out there to get the quotes organised. So we're going to have to be on our game in this one, folks. It's going to require rental providers and their agents to provide the supporting documentation when applying for a bond claim through VCAT. I don't mind that. Our process is we do that anyway, because if you end up at tribunal, you're going to want to have the evidence. So that's fine. Banning extra fees that get charged when you pay your own rent, including rent tech apps. Not too sure what that one's about. Not sure if agencies are doing that. Maybe they are, but certainly not for us. So that one won't affect us and our clients, which is great. Requiring rental providers and rooming house operators to keep records and demonstrate their property meets mandatory minimum standards. Well, you guys do a great job of that, so don't worry about that one, folks. Obviously, expanding gas and electrical safety checks to apply in all residential rental agreements. That is totally fine. Certainly from a compliance perspective, getting electrical safety checks and gas checks every 1 to 2 years, depending on what's required, that happens already for our clients. So again, not to worry. Ensuring the health and safety of the renters, requiring gas. Okay, that's cool. So Victoria apparently is leading the nation on renters' rights. Portable bonds will be the 150th, folks, rental fairness reforms changed and delivered under the Labor government in Victoria. So now, I'm not saying all 150 are in the tenant's favour. I'm not saying they're bad at all. I'm saying there's some that are quite fair, which have been quite good, minimum standards, safety checks, those sorts of things, fantastic. But as per what Jacinta Allen is saying, quote, we're giving renters one less thing to worry about, keeping more money in their pocket. Most renters don't just have a few $1,000s lying around to cover the unnecessary cost of the dreaded double bond. Lot to unpack there. So she's got a firm opinion. Obviously, the rental fairness reforms have come in from a few years ago via the Labor government across the country. So you may have seen a number of changes across the country in relation to this. And this is just like this one says, the 150th new reform delivered under the government. So what I would say to this, okay, so we now understand how it works. People can apply online. They can get their bond paid up front, so to speak, and then the government will guarantee that. So, okay, in all forms, the landlord does appear to still be covered. So that's important. We like that. My opinion is that this might very well slow the process up when it comes to bond claims, and therefore, less, I guess, speed around the cash flow that you as a landlord can, one, get things done. And so one of the things is if we need to speeding up our process, we need 3 days to get everything together, supply the evidence with the bonds to support the bond claim. The bond is already gone now with the new tenant's property. So they're moved on nice and quick for them. We've had to do really quick things, but then what's the speed and what's the likelihood that you as a landlord get those funds against the claim back really, really fast? Now, if it's coming from the government, I'm going to say it's very slow, in which case, in that time frame that it's vacant for, as the landlord, as the property manager, we still need to get the property up to minimum standards because that's what the legislation says. And so we cannot wait for that money to come back to get things done. And so, it's going to be a cash flow game where we might have to put $1,000 in, get the property back to a suitable standard, get the new tenant in, and then in the background, wait another few weeks, whatever it's going to take to get those funds reimbursed back in. So a bit of a cash flow thing to worry about. I do think it'll slow down the process. Giving us 3 days and giving the tenant, instant transfer. I'll tell you what, they're not going to pay out really quickly. So that's number one. I think, will it affect everyone? And they've thrown a number out here that's going to help 736,000 households. Maybe that's right. I think if you are purchasing A-grade property or A or B-grade property, like most of you guys do through the Positive Network. You see what Sam Sagers talks about in terms of, property selection and all that sort of stuff, and your rents are of a higher nature, then I'm going to say this rental portable scheme, whatever they're calling it, it's probably not going to affect you guys. It's certainly to target those who are having an affordability challenge, around cost of living and all that sort of stuff. So if you've got properties that are, $700, $800, $900 a week plus, potentially the renters you are attracting won't necessarily have this challenge, and therefore they won't go down this path of the portable rental bond scheme. So what does that mean for C-grade property that is maybe $400 or $500 a week potentially if the rents are lower, or if we're in different locations where that affordability challenge on income to rent ratios, pushes forward and is a challenge, then potentially those are the type of renters that are going to look for this support through the portable rental bond scheme, in which case you need to be aware of what the process and the consequences might be. So all in all, looks like the government's coming to the party again with what money, I do not know, given the landscape over the last 4 to 5 years there, but I'm sure the Victorians out there will tell me the facts around that. But certainly as landlords, we need to be aware with what's going on. And so, yeah, Jeff says, and there it is, make us do things fast, and then they'll slow the process on the other end. So, yeah, it's an interesting one, team. That came out last Wednesday from the Premier. Is there more to come? Who knows? They're up to 150 changes. Who knows? There might be 150 more in the years to come. But that is my statement. That is my rant for today, team. I thought I'd let you know what's going on because, yes, they are looking to not even looking to do this. This is live, team. This is live. This has been executed. So as we go along. So, team, that's it for me. Wednesday, Wealth Coffee Chat's done and dusted. If you see any other weird, wacky, fun statements from government about legislation around the rental stuff, certainly let me know. I'm going to keep an eye out, and next week we'll come and unpack it, I'm sure. So until then, tomorrow, 8:10, financial planning team is on. Make sure you tune in. Otherwise, Thanks for tuning in today, team, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6-Star team here at positivementor.com.au.